Mystical Love and Light here. I am going to be going over 3 of the herbs in this book from Cunningham's Encyclopedia and Magical Herbs. It's common herbs. Well, if these are common, there's some in here that I've never heard of. I'm sure a lot of people has. And then the Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones. I will be going over one of them in here. So today, what we are going to be covering 3 of the herbs that are poisonous. So the code today is poisonous. So I will put that there. Let me find the first one I got marked. And remember, this is poisonous. And I forgot to mark it with my yellow marker, so I'm going to leave my marker in here, so when I'm turning the video off, I can come back and mark it. So the first poisonous herb that I'm going to go over, and I'm probably mispronouncing it, Euphobia. It's E-U-P-H-O-R-B-I-A. Euphobia. The folk names is Crown of Thorns, Spurge, Wolf's Milk, Peel-bearing Spurge, Cat's Hair, and Miziwaziwa. Let me spell it. M-Z-I-W-A-Z-I-W-A. That's a folk name of it. The gender is feminine. The planet is Saturn. The element is water. The powers of this herb is purification and protection. The magical uses is a branch of the euphoria is brought into a house to cleanse it after childbirth. It is also an extremely protective plant grown indoors or out. The milky white juice is sometimes used in magical oils and salves, but is extremely poisonous and should not be used carelessly. So that is one of them. The second poisonous herb that I am going to go over is the fern. And the fern, it says some ferns are poisonous. Keep that in mind, so when I read almost to the bottom, I don't know, I'll mention that when I get to that. Okay, the fern. Some ferns are poison. Gender, masculine. Planet, Mercury. Element, air. Deities, Laka, it's L-A-K-A, and Puck, P-U-C-K. Powers are rainmaking and protection and luck and riches and eternal youth and health and exorcism. Sorry, I got sidetracked. We buy our meat from a guy that he raises all the meat, and we buy the meat from him, not at the grocery store, because we don't know what's in it at the grocery store. So he sent me a message, so he's got a order ready for me tomorrow. Okay, magical uses. The fern is included in vases of flowers for its protective properties, and it is also planted at the doorstep as well. Inside the home, fern is also protective. Dried fern is thrown upon hot coals to exorcise evil spirits. When burned outdoors, fern causes rain to fall. The smoke from burning fern also drives away snakes or newsome creatures. Carried or worn, fern has the power to guide its bearer to discover treasures, and the person who breaks the fern first of spring will have good luck. If you ever find yourself in a spot covered with ferns exactly at midnight where no sound of any kind can be heard, Puck will appear and give you a purse of gold. When done intentionally, this is known as watching the fern. If you bite the frond, F-R-O-N-D, of the first fern of the spring, you will be guarded from toothache at least until the next spring. Fern sap, if you can obtain any. Now this is the part you listen to, because I personally ain't gonna be doing it. It specifically says at the very top, the very first sentence, some ferns are poison. And unless you know your ferns, don't do this. It says fern sap, if you can obtain any, it's said to confer eternal youth if drunk. I ain't drinking nothing. The seed is carried for invisibility. So that's the fern. I ain't drinking any sap from no fern. It says that a lot of ferns are poisonous. Okay. Maybe you're a fern expert. I'm not. I'm not taking that chance. Okay, the next one and the last one from the book that I'm going to be doing today is also a gourd. And the reason I'm doing this one is because it says some gourds are poisonous. Eat only those sold for food. Gender, feminine, planet, moon, element, water. Powers, protection, magical uses. Gourds hung at the front door are a protection against fascination. Pieces of gourds carried in the pocket or purse ward off evil. Gourds are used to make rattles. Place dried beans inside. That's in parentheses. Which scare evil spirits. And a dried gourd, its top cut off, is filled with water and used as a shrining bowl. Now see, that part I didn't know. So that was interesting. So that's the three that I'm doing today from this book. Hopefully you've learned something. I learned something because I didn't know it was used for a scrying bowl. So that was news to me. I'm trying to pass on the information in case you don't know and you want to learn. And then from the book, The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones, there's one I've marked. And the reason I marked it is because me and my husband Lee dug some up when we were at the crystal mines, and they are amethyst druzies. We dug up amethyst, but we also got some amethyst druzies. I'll go over in case some of you don't know what a druzy is. Okay, the amethyst druzy. The colors are purple, and it's for the chakras. The crown and the third eye. The planets are Earth, the numbers are 7, the element is air, and the astral sign is Aquarius and Gemini. So the spiritual uses of the amethyst druzy is ideal for activating the energy field that connects you to the spirit realm. The points reaching upward are like antennas turning into the cosmic focus of the universe, providing you with a direct link to wisdom and knowledge. Drawn on the energy of spirit quartz in meditation practice, as well as to align yourself with the ascended masters and other teachers of the higher realm. The mental uses. Amethyst druzy awakens awareness, providing you with more focus and concentration. This stone expands thinking from the ego-centered thinking to the we-centered thinking. It is the stone for humanity coming together in global conscience. When we dug up those crystal druzies, we didn't even know what they were. We actually had to ask what they were when we got, when we talked to the person that, you have to pay to go into the crystal mines and go digging, and we asked them what they were, and that's what he told us. They were they were amethyst druzies. The emotional uses. Amethyst druzy helps you get in touch with your feelings and to become more sensitive to the feeling of others. Good Lord, I don't need that. I already am an empath. I already feel everything everybody else feels. The stone is a reminder that everything is interconnected, including our feelings. So that's very cool. They've got physical uses on here also. Let's see. Shaped by a formation of a second generation of smaller points, sometimes known as druzy quartz. Amethyst druzy is beneficial for those who are becoming ecologically aware of how each action we take affects the next 7 generations. This stone helps raise the conscience of the collective toward green thinking and living. This is a good stone for environmentalists, waste management specialists, green celebrities, and conservationists. And if you've never seen a druzy, I don't have any on hand here. You can go to my eBay shop, and where I've got the it's like I've got a section with boxes of crystals, and they're like $50 a box or something like that. And if I'm not mistaken, I've got a picture of each one of them. There's druzies in it. It almost looks like they're real small, and the top looks like if you were looking at an aerial view of a city, and you see all the high-risers, all the tops, how they are in a city. That's what it looks like. It looks like you're looking down on a city. That's what it kind of looks like. They're cool. Alrighty, well, that's all for today, and I will let you go, and hopefully somebody learned something from what I read in the books. And thank you again, and see you next time. Ciao. Bless me. Bye-bye.